Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar, Unleash the Power of One. My name is Michelle Wright, and I'll be your moderator for today's session, brought to you by Evident. Today, we're excited to introduce you to the IPLEX One, the 10th generation evolution of the IPLEX videoscope system and the foundation of the future of remote visual inspection. If you've ever thought, we just don't need another inspection tool, we need a smarter, faster system that can grow with us, you're in exactly the right place. In this session, you'll learn how the IPLEX One helps inspection teams work faster with greater accuracy, capture clearer images to reduce rework, downtime, and costly errors, adapt a seamlessly thorough modular scalability and wireless connectivity, and achieve long-term value through unmatched durability and reliability. You'll see how clarity, speed, and adaptability come together in one powerful system built to evolve with your needs. Leading today's discussion is Ryan Sterling, Product Marketing Leader for Remote Visual Inspection here at Evident. Ryan brings over 18 years of experience in the oil, gas, and chemical industries with a strong background in plant maintenance, rotating equipment, and operations management. He also holds a master's degree from the University of Texas at Tyler. We'll start with Ryan's presentation and then move into a short Q&A session at the end. So feel free to drop your questions in the chat throughout the presentation. Again, this webinar presentation will be recorded and we will share the presentation contents and recording after. With that, let's get started. Ryan, over to you.
All right, thank you, Michelle. And thanks again, everyone, for joining today. We're really excited to share our latest product addition to our RVI product line, the IPLEX One. So again, today we're going to talk about all the technology and innovation that goes into this product, and I think you're really going to be excited to see what this product offers and how it's going to really improve and change the game of your inspections. So, all right, so we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so some key points we're going to touch on today. If the first is one system that evolves with you. So this system, it's unique and compared to our previous IPLEX system. This one has a software-based platform, and so it's going to continue to evolve over time. So we have a team working on iterative cycles, a software development team. So each update is going to include new features, improvements, and so this product is going to continue to evolve and have new features over time. So, all right, and then it allows you to accelerate the way you analyze and measure. And so we've got lots of new measurement technology in this product, and so these are going to give you accurate, repeatable results, allow you to see more, have more quantitative results, and allow you to do more with your data, and overall saving time with some of the new measurement features. And it's also built for how you work. So this system is a wireless system, very ergonomical design. It allows for your inspectors to really be comfortable during the duration of their inspection, and lots of flexibility as far as form factor, no matter what environment or condition the inspection's being performed. And so there's lots of options and capability there regarding how you can set this unit up and really be comfortable throughout your inspection. And then it's rugged, reliability that speaks for itself. So again, like all of our historical IPLEX products, we maintain the durability and reliability of our products. And so our IPLEX products, as you know, are built to last. All right, so one system that evolves with you. So like Michelle mentioned, this is our 10th generation IPLEX system. And again, it's a software that's going to continue to evolve. And like I mentioned, we have a software development team that's, every 3 to 6 months we'll be releasing an update that's going to bring to you new features, enhanced performance. So over time, this system is going to continue to evolve, and you're going to get new functionality, new features, as the system grows. And so it's also unique in the sense that this IPLEX One offers you a fully connected experience. And so with our operations unit, it's basically a fully functional PC within this tablet. And so we have the capability to connect, push down updates wirelessly. And so, there's lots of capability there that's really going to enhance and bring efficiency to your workflow and overall ownership of the system. So, and it's a modular design. And so this allows us to really customize this system to fit your unique needs. So based off of the inspections that are being performed, we can really, customize and build this out to make sure that the features that you need are included on the system, and you're not paying for any features that really aren't relevant to your inspection needs. And so with that, it brings a wide price range that we can really customize and fit to you. All right, and then like I mentioned, it's a seamless update and feature upgrade capability. So, just like you receive a Windows update on your PC, once you're connected to a wireless network, we can push those updates down to your system, and it removes the need for a manual update. However, we still will offer the capability of manually updating your system, if that's needed, if there's any kind of wireless restrictions that your company has. Okay, so our operation unit provides multiple methods to safeguard and transmit your images. So we've got 256 gigs of onboard solid state, an onboard solid state hard drive, and so plenty of memory there to save, lots of images, lots of video files, so plenty of storage there without any additional hardware. And so we offer fully functional USB-C ports if you need to manually transfer your images off of this unit. And so you can use an external thumb drive to quickly and easily move those images from your IPLEX One. We also have the capability of wirelessly transferring to our cloud-based Visol system. So Visol is our workflow solution we'll talk about here in a few slides, but that offers the capability of really, it takes away that manual process. And so everything is synced up almost in real time. So anyone across the globe, throughout any department that has access to our Visol cloud, can quickly see that inspection as it's being performed, and as that report's finalized and and synced to the Visol cloud. In addition to our cloud offering, we're also going to support Teams and Zoom for screen sharing. So, for example, if an inspector's in the field performing an inspection and they have a question, they need to reach out to their engineering department, they could start a Teams call from the IPLEX One, and any relevant stakeholder could join, provide them feedback, and really enable them to make real-time decisions out in the field. And so Teams and Zoom will have dedicated accounts for the IPLEX One, so that's going to eliminate any kind of security issues. Won't require that user to log in with their company credentials. And so so this is really going to be a great tool for live streaming and sharing information. All right, so Visol now, we've had Visol out for some time now, but now Visol is available on the instrument. So it's available on IPLEX One. And so what this enables the inspectors is a full workflow solution. And so prior to their inspection, they can quickly go back and review any kind of historical inspections done on that equipment to know what areas they need to be, to really look at in detail. And also our pre-inspection process provides your inspectors a guided workflow. And so it allows them, as they're performing that inspection, to organize and capture those images and videos and add comments, but it allows them to place them in the relevant sections. So after the inspection is done, there's no question about, for example, what stage was I at when I captured this image. It's all organized and easy to capture, easy to implement into their workflow. Okay, and then post-inspection, they can go in, make any kind of comments, mark any kind of defects, allows you the capability of going back in after the inspection's done, performing remeasurements if you wanted to revalidate or verify a certain measurement value that was taken during the time of the inspection. And then once that inspection's done, they quickly go into Visol, hit generate report, and instantly you've got a PDF report that you can wirelessly transfer to a customer, pull off with a USB-C thumb drive, and give to any stakeholder. So the reporting capability is very quick and easy with Visol, especially with it on instrument. So lots of benefits. All right, and so with our Visol cloud, it really provides you that connected experience. So like I mentioned, as the inspection is being performed, these images are being synced in real time if you have a wireless, a Wi-Fi connection to the IPLEX One. So, any department, any location across the globe can see those images as they're being synced into that inspection template. And then once that report is finalized, it's saved in Visol Cloud. And so Visol Cloud offers a centralized database to capture all of your data, across all of your equipment. And so it's kind of that central hub for all of your data. And it gives everyone within the organization quick, easy access to go back and review, retrieve any kind of historical data. And in addition, it provides a way to analyze that data. So it gives you a way to do more with your data. So once you get a good data set, you can identify any kind of trends on defects. So if you see more defects in a certain region of the world or on a certain piece of equipment, it allows you to kind of be proactive, have a proactive approach of, being more mindful of we need to maybe increase the inspection time frame on this equipment to before failure. And so allows you to really slice, dice your data, sort and filter. And then with this dashboard that you see on the screen, you can go in and see your inspection progress, what's been done, the previous day or what's being performed, and allows you to overall do more with your data with our analytics piece of Visol Cloud. All right, next we're going to talk about how IPLEX One provides you the capability to accelerate the way you analyze and measure. All right, so we're really excited about the Swoptix technology. So you're probably asking, what is Swoptix? If you look at the bottom right of my screen here, you can see an animation. So you'll hear me talk about two terms whenever it comes to Swoptix. Right now, we're looking at Swoptix 3D measurement. And so this is our new measurement technology. It allows for single screen measurement, we're still using, the stereo measurement method. But what we've done is within our tip adapters now, we have an actuator. So we still have 2 optical paths, that we're utilizing, but at any one time, you're only looking through 1 optical path. And so enabling single screen measurement. All right, as soon as you hit measure, that actuator shutters, and instantly you have a measurement image, and it generates a 3D model. And so, so there's no lag, there's no requirement to keep your disc lens still while you're capturing that measurement. So it's instant. All right, so this is available on both our 4 and our 6 millimeter diameter scopes. And the great thing is now inspectors can perform a full inspection with this Swoptix 3D measurement tip. And so with our 6 millimeter direct view Swoptix measurement tip, you have 120 degrees field of view, excellent image quality. And so basically you don't realize that there's no difference between an optical tip versus our 3D Swoptix measurement tip. So we're really excited about this. And you can see, even with adding an actuator within our tip adapter, up in the top center of this slide, you can see we didn't have to, compromise on the length of our tips. And so they're actually shorter than our conventional stereo tips. So this is going to allow you to get into those tighter places, provide you more accessibility, and then you can see the 3D model in the top right, and then on the screen on our IPLEX operations unit in the center here. So instantly, like I said, you get a high quality 3D model, and you're ready to begin taking your measurements. All right, so in addition to our Swoptix measurement technology, we've also added 5 new measurement methods. And so we still have our distance, point to line, depth, area line, the 4 traditional methods that we've had in our prior IPLEX systems. But now we've added point to curve. So what point to curve is if you need to do a height or depth measurement on a curved surface, so a piece of pipe, a blade, turbine blade, with our traditional depth measurement, whenever you go in to set your reference plane, it's not taking into account the curvature of that surface. And so you would still have a gap between your reference plane and the bottom of the target that you're going after. So with the point to curve, it allows us to truly map that curved surface, and then you go in and take a depth or height measurement, and it gives you a true value based off that reference plane with the curvature taken into account. And so that's our first. The second is multi. And so multi is a great measurement. So if you have, you can just simply place 2 points, and it will map out. So if you have a chip out of a turbine blade, for example, you place a point where that missing material begins on one side, where it begins on the other, and instantly it will give you the area, the distance, and the width, the depth, and the area of that missing material. And so that's a great measurement addition. Also, we have missing corner. And so again, for example, if you have a chip on a corner of a blade, it allows you to basically place 2 points to follow one side of the blade, 2 points to follow the other, and instantly it maps out the area of that missing material. Okay. In addition, we also have tip clearance. So for your blade to shroud clearances, we can quickly provide your tip clearance now. All right, and the last is arc. And so this one's relevant for blade blending. And so you can map the arc of that blend, and it quickly tells you your length to depth ratio, and then you can take it one step further. It'll give you your radius, the ratio of your radius too. So and so now we have 9 measurement methods, and in addition to those methods, we've also added some tools to help you as you're placing your points and taking these measurements. And so these this advanced measurement technology, and smart measurement features, it really makes the process go faster, helps you achieve more repeatable and reliable, accurate results. And so the first we'll look at on the top right is our auto edge detect. So this technology, it basically knows what you're doing before you start placing your points. And so this example is for a missing corner measurement. And so with auto detect enabled, if you place any point on the edge near the edge of that blade, it's going to place it right where you want it to, right on the edge of that blade. Saves you time from having to fine tune that point. It takes you there instantly. So once you have your points placed, the auto edge detection also quickly maps out that piece of missing material. And so you can see there in the purple, that's automated. Once you place your 4 points, it's instantly mapped, gives you that area. And so overall saving you time and giving you repeatable results. So. All right, the second we'll look at is our multi-screen. And so this is great for, let's say, depth or point to curve. You can split the screen up into 3 different panels, have 3 different, rotate that 3D model to get 3 different views to make sure that the points you're placing are right where you're intending to have them. And then we have color profiles. So quickly see with the color ranges your highest, lowest points. And so that change in depth, this is a great tool as well to kind of further analyze your 3D model or whatever target that you're measuring captured. All right, and then our spot ranging map. So in the bottom left, you'll see we have a spot ranging map that fills the whole screen now. So with our prior IPLEX products, we've had 1 to 5 points, and so what you're seeing here, it's covers the whole screen. And so these points are what we call our Z distance, so that tip to target. Green indicates that you're within a good range of your target to get a quality measurement. Yellow is it's okay. We recommend if you're in the yellow, maybe take a couple of measurements, make sure they're repeatable. And then red is indicating that you need to get a little bit closer to the target, or maybe you need to adjust your brightness settings. And so now that we can map the full screen with our spot ranging map, it gives you the capability of making sure you capture a good quality image the first time, saving you time from going back and maybe adjusting the brightness settings, to get a good image. And so overall saving you time, giving you an efficiency, so providing efficiency. All right, so the second part of Swoptix is same technology. So we're still taking 2 optical paths, and at any single time, we're only looking through 1 optical path. But now, with our Swoptix multi-view, that's the other term you'll hear, Swoptix multi-view, it gives you the capability of changing your viewing direction. And so with this video, you see an example. I've got a direct and side view tip. And so you go onto the screen, hit swap, you're looking at a direct view, you hit swap, and it switches your view to a side facing view. So, this is going to be nice. Whenever you have a side view tip on, you're basically navigating blind because you can't see in front of you. And so this is gonna really be nice, save you time, save you from having to pull the insertion tube out, swap tips to a side view to get that better angle. And so this is we're really excited about this technology and think this is going to be a big value add for our customers. Okay, and so the second part of our Swoptix multi-view, we have the capability of changing our depth of field. I'm sorry, depth of field. So we will have a direct near focus and a direct far focus lens. And so you can go in with a direct far focus. Once you get close to your target, you switch over to that near focus view. And so whatever range you're at, it allows you the capability with these two lenses to get a good quality, clear image. And so again, reducing the amount of times you have to extract the insertion tube and change tips. So essentially, you've got two tips in one, overall reducing how many tips you're going to need as well. And this is available for both our 4mm and our 6mm. All right, and we've so you can see on our interface here, our overall UI is greatly improved. Everything is user friendly, easy to access, and so that goes along too with our image settings. And so you can see our sharpness, saturation, wider, noise reduction, contrast. We've also added color temperature. So if you prefer more of a warm image, you can adjust that color temperature to get more of a warm, natural image. And so that's really been a great image enhancement addition, as well as your brightness. And so what's cool is you can adjust these slide bars, and this is just in a small portion on the right-hand side of your monitor, but you can see in real time the effects it has on your image as you're making these adjustments. So it really allows you to fine-tune and really hone in these settings to get the highest quality image. Also on the right, you'll see we've provided some preset scenes. And so these are common inspections for our customers. So you can see blade, combustion chamber, boiler, bearing. And so these are preset settings that really get you close to giving you the best image. These are all preset with, based off of that inspection. So you can go in, say a combustion chamber, it'll get you close. You may not even need to make any adjustments. But it then allows you to fine tune from there. In addition, we've got some custom scenes as well. So if there's a common inspection that you're performing, you get your settings set just how you want them to be. You can go in and save it to that custom scene, and so next time you're not going to have to go back and make any kind of adjustments or fine tuning. It'll be there with just one press of a button. All right, so now we'll talk about how IPLEX One is built for how you work. All right, so some terms here that wanted to clarify. So whenever I say our operations unit, that's I'm referring to our monitor, the tablet, there on the left, and what I call our main unit. Some call it base unit, refer to it as our main unit. That's there to the right. So your scope's going to attach to the main unit, and then we have our remote at the bottom. So you can see here that there's no cables. And so this is a completely wireless capable system. And so we've got 3 radios within our operations unit, our tablet. One is a Bluetooth radio, and so that's going to connect to our wireless remote. And so once you establish that connection with our wireless remote, it remembers that. It's not something you have to do each time. And And then the overall range with that remote, you can go quite a ways. So in addition, we've got 2 Wi-Fi radios. So one of the Wi-Fi radios is going to connect your operations unit, your tablet, to that main unit. So it doesn't have to be tethered with a cable. You can unplug the cable, easily place the monitor wherever it's convenient. So it's within easy view for the inspector. And then you have your main unit to where you can place your scope where it's convenient. So like I said, it really provides it's an ergonomical design that allows the inspector to be as comfortable as they can during the duration of their inspection. And so gives multiple ways to set this unit up, set this system up. And so you can see this is a 10.1-inch screen. And so you have full capability of all 10.1 inches of this screen. You can hide menu bars to show a full screen image. And it gives an amazing image quality. We've got anti-reflective layer on the screen. So whether you're in direct sunlight, whatever angle you're looking at this monitor at, you can basically hold it flat and still see there's no kind of degradation of your image based on what angle you're looking at on this monitor. So it's a really clear, high quality monitor. All right, and then with the wireless operations, super low latency, within milliseconds, you don't even notice. And so so the days of having to navigate and worry about hanging up your cables and cords as you're moving during your inspection, this really takes that away and allows you to be comfortable, be portable. And so we're really excited about the wireless capabilities with this unit, and I think you'll find a lot of value with this. Okay, so like I said, with the wireless capability, it gives you multiple form factors. If there are any kind of restrictions with your company, we can disable those radios as well. And we have the capability of, having the operations unit tethered to the main unit, and it's still an ergonomical design. You can set it up with multiple form factors. You can set it up on our carrying case, as you see in the bottom right. We've got a kickstand on our main unit, so you can tilt the whole unit back. You can detach the operations unit. There's a kickstand on the back of it, allowing you to place it where it's easily within view. And then you can even kick that kickstand on the tablet all the way up and hang that somewhere where it's convenient. All right, so the way we package this unit, we have two Pelican style cases. So the one at the top of the screen is our carry-on case. And so you can carry your main unit, operations unit, your scope, your accessories. There's room for spare batteries for our rigid sleeves, your remote. So plenty of room for all of your accessories and your scope. And this is a carry-on size, so it'll fit in the overhead bin if you're having to travel with this unit. We also provide a workstation case. So if you have multiple scopes that you want to store in one case, you can do this with our workstation case option as well. You'll have more room for more accessories. So you can see as well the TX2 in the lid of our workstation case. And so to another point, our TX2 is also compatible with the IPLEX One. So the IPLEX One has the capability of utilizing a 2mm scope, 4mm scope, and 6mm scope. And they can all be packaged within this carry-on or within this workstation case. And so another cool feature with the workstation case is we have a spring-fed reel that you can store your insertion tube in. And so it's quick and easy. You just you just insert your insertion tube into this reel. It winds itself up. It makes for quick, easy storage. All right, so so the battery life on this system is 3 hours, and so there are 2 batteries. There's a battery on our operations unit as well as a battery on our main unit. So since these have wireless capabilities, they each require their own battery. But overall, each battery has a 3 hour 3 hours of power. So whenever the main unit is tethered, the cable is connected to the operation unit. It has the capability of sending a charge to your monitor. And then you can see there's 3 USB ports on our operations unit. And so these are, it's a simple USB-C charger, 45-watt output will charge our operations unit. So your laptop charger can charge this device. For our main unit, it's also a USB-C charging connector. It requires a 100-watt output, but there's no kind of unique charging ports that are required. They're all USB-C. You can even get a 100-watt battery bank that's very portable too, that you can charge the full system with. And so that's the really great thing about having the USB-C port. It provides some flexibility there with how you charge the system. All right, but 3 hour battery life, so provides you plenty of time for duration of your inspection. All right, so rugged reliability that speaks for itself. All right, so again, like all of our historical IPLEX systems, the durability, the toughness is still there. This is a very long-lasting, reliable system. So our IPLEX One is IP65 rated, so rain and dust proof. So you can see in this video, if it starts to rain during your inspection, everything is sealed, waterproofed, so water resistant. So, and again, our system and scope are capable of -25C to 100C with our scope. All right, we also have, have our mill standard. We're mill standard compliant as well with this IPLEX One system. So, we don't suggest you dropping the unit, but you can see in the picture to the left, these have passed the drop test, the shock resistance test. So this device is going to hold up. It's a tough system. It does happen on occasion. So, all right, so we are mill standard compliant as well. All right, and then with this, with the technology that we added, it's going to reduce the overall wear and tear of your system. So another cool technology that we've implemented with IPLEX One is a new design on our side view tips. So if you look at the top of the screen, this first image is our conventional side view tip. So the light is above the lens. We've changed that to a prism design to where the light is wrapped around the lens now. And so you can see how much shorter our new side view tips are compared to our conventional tips. So these are the shortest tips on the market, allowing you to get to those tight spaces without having to worry about getting your scope stuck, getting in a bind. And so really allows you way more accessibility, a tighter turn radius. And so you can get to your target quickly and, get to places that you haven't been able to as easily get to in the past. So, All right, and so again, our industry-leading articulation, 180-degree articulation allows for quick, tight turn radiuses. Overall allowing you to get to those tight spots fast and quickly and easily. And then with our Swoptix 3D measurement and Swoptix multi-view, you're not going to have to withdraw the insertion tube near as often to change tips. So saving wear and tear on your scope, saving wear and tear on the equipment that's being inspected, and then saving you time. And then you'll have overall less restrictions since this is a wireless capable unit. All right, so next we'll take a look at the product configuration. So we have a few different software grades. Our Plus grade, I would say, is comparable to our GX now. Our Expert grade would be comparable to our NX. And then we have Prime. It's, has all the new features, everything's included, but you aren't limited by just that, Plus or Expert grade. We can also add on features that are needed. So again, like I said, this gives us the capability to really customize the system to fit your needs, to where you're getting that functionality that's relevant to you, but you're not having to pay for a feature that you'll never use. So, all right. And as far as the different scope variations, we've got regular scopes. So our 4mm comes in a 2 meter and 3.5 meter length. Our 6mm diameter comes in a 2, 3, 3.5, 5, 7.5, and 10 meter length. Okay, and we also have UV specific scopes. And so if you need a UV light source, our UV scopes handle that light distribution from that UV light amazing. And so, you're really going to be pleased with our UV lights. We have 4 different light sources available. So our laser diode light, it's 1.5 times brighter than our NX. So this is a super bright light source. A large frame turbine that you can light up the whole combustion chamber with this laser diode light. We also have a white LED option, as well as an infrared and then the UV LED. All right, and again, in addition to our 4 and 6mm scopes, like I mentioned, the TX2, our 2.2 for our flexible and our 1.8mm diameter for our rigid TX2, they're also compatible with IPLEX One. All right, and so we also, our operations unit is similar to a tablet. So we do have a camera on the front, camera on the back of our operations unit. So if you need to take a picture of the data plate of a piece of equipment before you start that inspection, you can quickly and easily do that now. All right, so now we'll jump into some questions. So if you have any questions and you haven't submitted them yet, please enter those in the chat, and we'll be glad to address those now.
Thanks so much, Ryan. It's great to hear about all these exciting innovations for visual inspection. Like Ryan said, you can enter your questions using the chat function. Again, if we're not able to get to your question during this Q&A session, then we'll follow up after the presentation. But first, question number 1, Ryan, what is the max distance you can have the monitor from the scope and it still maintain an operable connection when it's wireless?
Okay, so we tested this out a few weeks ago, and so we took the operations unit out of a conference room, and so we went down out in the shop, went up a flight of stairs. I would say overall we were probably 60 yards from the main unit. And again, this is up a flight of stairs, out a doorway, so multiple walls, and at about that point, we started seeing a little bit of lag with, on the monitor. And so plenty of distance, way more than you'll ever need to go, get away from your insertion tube. And so, yeah, that's not a concern.
That's great. Thank you. Our next question here, does the spot range map work similar to previous IPLEX systems?
Okay, good question. So it does. And so again, like I was saying, this is that Z distance, that tip to target, that indication of, are you close enough to the target to be able to capture a good quality measurement image and be able to confidently trust those values that you're getting as a result. And so again, we did add another color to our spot ranging map. So traditionally we've just had green, yellow, and red. Now we have dark green, light green. Dark green is great. You're within a very good range of your target. Light green, you're still good. Yellow, it's good, but we recommend maybe taking a couple of measurements to make sure they're repeatable. And then red is just indicating you need to get a little bit closer to the target, or maybe adjust your brightness settings to be able to fully capture that image. But with our new spot ranging map, like I said, it covers the entire screen. So any corner of the screen, you'll know, do I need to change the angle that I'm approaching my target, or do I need to adjust my settings to add a little more light in one corner of the screen? We also have wider, our wider technology that we've had on our prior IPLEX systems. We still have on IPLEX One. However, wider technology, it increases the lighting in areas of the image to where, in those dark areas, without adding too much light to get washouts where you're getting sufficient lighting. And so traditionally we've gone up to wider 2. So with IPLEX One, we go all the way up to wider 4. And so, like I said, with that extremely bright laser diode light source, that example I use, you can light up like a large frame turbine, you can light up the whole combustion chamber. With wider 4, not only can you see a target that's right close in front of you, but it allows you to see everything behind that target as well. So yeah, really excited about these, the spot ranging map edition. All right, let's see another one here in the chat. Is there a way to expand this?
Oh, sorry, Ryan, I was accidentally muted. Can images be saved in TIFF format?
In TIFF format. So we do have JPEG and PNG is what we support, and then MP4 for our video files.
Okay. Another question from the same person. Are the software updates free of charge?
And so each software, so the software updates, if it's a performance, basically a regular update, yes, they'll be free of charge. There won't be any charge included in those. However, if we send out or if we have a new feature, that would be a separate update. So there's kind of two categories to think about this. So a regular update is like our would be kind of like a firmware update or a software update that improves performance or maybe addresses something. Those kind of updates would be free of charge. However, if we implemented a new feature, that would be kind of a separate update. And depending on what software grade you have, there could be a charge associated with that feature update. One thing I'll mention, like with our Prime software grade, any future feature update that's not a subscription-based feature is included with Prime. So it would be included and be able to, you'd be able to update your system free of charge, both categories of, of software updates, both feature and performance based.
Great, thank you. Another question here. Could you explain how the live spot range mapping on IPLEX One differs from the previous generation models?
Okay, so like with our G series, we've had one kind of Z coordinate to indicate, are you close enough to your target? With the NX, we had 5 Z points. And so with the IPLEX One, as you saw in that screenshot, it fills up the whole screen. And so, hundreds of points to really allow you to make sure in each corner of the image, you're getting sufficient lighting, you're coming at it at a good angle to where you're close enough to that target. And so, so it really improves and allows you to capture a good quality image on the first try and make those adjustments as needed before you go in and hit measure.
Okay. Another question here. Is there a Swoptix side view with near and far focus?
Not currently. So our first two options that we have as of right now at launch are the direct near focus, far focus, and then the direct and side view options right now. And so, but yes, could be to come in the in the future. So,
Okay.
good question.
Thank you. Do you have a range of accessories that will enable the monitor to be positioned at a comfortable height?
Yeah. So, like so as you saw in that one image, the monitor has its own kickstand, and so if you have a tabletop or somewhere relatively flat, you can set up the monitor with the kickstand. That would be one option. The kickstand does fold all the way up, and so you could hang it from from something. You could also attach a hook to that kickstand to hang it from a piece of pipe, piece of tubing. Um, but yeah, there's multiple different options to set up that operation unit, and it also has two magnets on the back of that kickstand. And so, let's say for example, you have a I-beam or something metal next to you, you can slap that monitor up against the the piece of metal and it'll stay. So they're very strong magnets. You can mount it that way too. That's another option.
That's great. Next question. Does the instrument have a temperature sensor to avoid damaging the probe?
Yes, it does. So just like our G series and our NX, if you start reaching that upper limit, it's going to give you an indication, a warning to withdraw the scope in plenty of time before you cause damage on the insertion tube.
Okay. Next question is about Visol software. Will Visol be able to provide a shareable view-only mode we can provide to customers similar to Dropbox?
Yeah, so that's a good question too, and that's been brought up. That's on the roadmap to be able to to allow your customers to log in to Visol Cloud and only see their data. That way, they're not seeing any other customers' data. But you with Visol Cloud, you have your organization has their own cloud tenant, and so with that functionality, it'll allow you to assign view only. Login credentials to certain customers to where they can only have access to their data and no other customer data. So coming in the near future.
Excellent. How is the monitor powered? Internal battery, or how does it charge?
Okay, so it does have it's so you can take that battery out of the back. So it's two little clips. You just pop out and the battery pulls out very quickly, easy to access. You can have a desktop charging dock. We also offer that, and you can have spare batteries for that operations unit. So you can have one on charge, quickly swap those out. And so it's not an internal battery, it's external to where you can take it out and charge it, have a spare.
Okay. We have another question here about sharing data. Can you share a photo via Bluetooth from the equipment to a cell phone?
To a cell phone. So our, yeah, that's I'd have to think. So right now, our Bluetooth is really intended to be utilized with our wireless remote to establish that connection. Possibly in the future, that could be an option. We could be capable of that. But as of right now, yeah, that Bluetooth radio, that Bluetooth connection is really intended to dedicated for that wireless remote. But I wouldn't rule that out. That could be. I would say it's very possible and could be capable of that in the future. But that's a good point.
We have another question here on durability of the insertion tube. Can you speak to that, how it's used in industrial environments?
Yeah. So yeah, our insertion tube design, we have a tungsten outer braid, and so and we still have the some call it the backbone. So it allows whenever you're twisting our insertion tube, it has more rigidity on one side. So let's say, for example, you're doing a pipe inspection and you need to jump a T, but you don't want to fall into that T. You can twist our insertion tube. Allows for more rigidity, with one side allowing you to jump a gap. And then when you twist it, it's more flexible. But so yeah, we have a tungsten outer braid that's very durable. Underneath that tungsten outer braid, we have a poly layer that provides waterproof, so you can submerge our insertion tubes, not have to worry about damage. Within that poly layer, we have a stainless braid, and so that's going to protect you from any kind of crushing, provide crushing resistance to our insertion tubes. And so the design of our insertion tube, we're really proud of the durability and the overall toughness that these offer. These are built to last, and so yeah, there's long lasting, low cost of ownership. So.
Okay, great. We have two more questions and we're going to wrap just to keep us on schedule. One question is, what's the resolution of recorded videos?
So yeah, I'll reach out to them that individually. So yeah, our image processing is second to none. And so there's a lot more goes into that question than I'd want to jump into today. So.
Absolutely. We'll follow up after the event with that individual. Last question here. Can the equipment live stream to remove the PC to show live inspection?
Can the equipment live stream to? Can you repeat that question again?
Sure. Can the equipment live stream to show the inspection live without a PC?
Okay, so we will, like I said, we will have Teams and Zoom capability on this unit, and so you could live stream, start a Teams call, Zoom call, or join a existing meeting, and so you could screen share and share your screen that way to collaborate with others. We also have an HDMI port on the side of our operations unit, and so you could plug in an HDMI cable, share to an external monitor as well. And so there's lots of different options that we provide with that.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Ryan. Thank you to all of our attendees. We really appreciate you joining today's presentation and hope you found it informative. If we did not get to your question or your question needed more clarification, we will follow up after the event. Please do not hesitate to reach out to our team. Here's the link here for our website and an email to our team. Again, thank you all so much. Thank you, Ryan, and have a great day or good night.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Yeah, and reach out to us. Any questions? We've got a great RVI team. We'd be glad to reach out directly to them or let us know. We'd be glad to put you in touch with someone from our amazing RVI team to come out and visit you and provide you a demo. So please be in touch with us. Have a good day.